Hello everyone, welcome to Oslo Gardermoen Airport and to this flight today to Mallorca with Sunclass. This is a real route flown between Gardermoen and Mallorca to bring some hungry Norwegians down to the Mediterranean. And Sunclass flies this route, I think usually with an A330, but they also have the A321s that they fly on the different routes down south. So I guess we can say we have a downsizing today. The scenery is from ORBX, and I think it's extremely good. Looks just like the real thing. I have already asked GSX to get us refueled, and the boarding has started. It's approximately 20 minutes until our scheduled departure time. And let's get into the cockpit and do the briefing and setups. Okay, the ADRs are aligning, almost done. And if we have a quick look at today's flight documents. Let's see, briefing. So, we are flying, as I said, as Sunclass. They have Viking as call signs, a Viking 1536. And schedule off block at 8:55, and it's currently 8:34. And we're scheduled to land 12:25 today. Very low cost index of 5. It's lovely weather all the way down, both here in Gardermoen and Mallorca. And we'll start out cruising at 350. We are loading just over 10 tons of fuel according to the OFP. I've not changed that since the weather today is very nice. Don't see any reason to drag around extra weight. And since we're flying over land most of the time anyway, we have lots of alternate airports if we have to divert. So the route, we'll have a look at that in a minute. And passengers, we will have scheduled 219 passengers, so it's almost a full house. And we'll do the final calculations. Gardermoen reports just a very light wind from the south. Little bit of variability, but no big issue today. It's not very hot yet, but it's supposed to get hotter here during the day. 1019, let's just put that in the QNH right away. And Mallorca, Cavoc, 29 degrees already. Very light winds from 260. 1016, but we'll update that once we get closer. No NOTAMs for us to worry about. And nothing at all at Mallorca. Then let's get down to the weather systems. As we can see, there's not a lot to worry about here today. We're gonna fly between a couple of systems, but that doesn't affect us at all. Predominantly westerly winds once we are over Denmark and Germany. And they are dying down as we get close to southern Germany and France. Everything looks good. let's have a look at the ACARS messages. We had a off-block time, 8:55, so no delay. That gives us a target takeoff, 9:12. We're parked on the westerly side of Gardermoen, and we're taking off 19 right, so taxi shouldn't be fully 17 minutes today. We have a preliminary load sheet, and as we had a look at the weather at Gardermoen, it's very nice, and the same for the forecast. 8 ears aligned, very nice. And for init, we are Viking 1536 350, Costin X5, all correct. And preliminary weights was 0 fuel weight 712, and CG 29.8. Good, and 10.4 fuel. Good. So, at Gardermoen today, taking off, as I said, runway 19 right. And we are filed for the VIPA 6 Delta departure. Insert. And in the end, down at Mallorca, we will, if the winds don't change, we'll do the ILS Yankee to 24 left via Lunik 3 Papa arrival. So let's see what Navigraph shows us on the chart. Sorry about that, it seems to have disconnected. There we go. And unload. Import. So, that looks much better. So, having a look at the VIPA 6 Delta departure. That takes us straight out to Golf Mike 442. And 607, Nanan, Nedsa and VIPA. Max 230 in the turn, MSA 3,900 and initial climb 7,000 feet. Let's put that in before we forget it. Good. And let's step through the flight plan as well. So, after VIPA, top of climb, Amrak direct Bombi, direct Giget, direct Abuka, direct Kilo Romeo Hotel, Nator, Lutix, Benot, Nemos, Jevia, Incus, Balsi, Upper November 852 to Vatir, 852 to 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 852 to Va There it is. Direct Pivus, Bodek, top of descent, Verso, Lunik, and then we have the arrival. So Lunik 2 Papa arrival. Comes in at Lunik above 100, that's no problem at all. And we are going to Delta 356 Tango. Yeah, that must be this point. Max 250, turning down, slowing down there, down to Charlie Delta Papa VOR. And then we are going to Bavum. Let's see. That is part of the ILS, I think. So let's just load up the ILS. Here we go. From Charlie Delta Papa into Bavum, Obumu, and Obumu is 2,500 platform altitude, and into 24 left. We'll have a closer look at this and brief it when we are closer to Mallorca. And how is the loading going? 211. Looks like cargo. Yeah. I don't like that they don't load cargo in GSX while you're refueling. But it is what it is. We have 10 minutes to off block. We can have a look at the pre-flight checklist. Gear pins and covers are removed. Fuel quantity is 10.4, close enough. Seat belts can now come on. ADIRS in nav and aligned. Barraf 1019er. Checklist complete. And we can tune the cabin. Cockpit preparation flow. ADIRS are on. Everything else here is dark. Lights, nav is on, and we'll put on the rest when we start up. Seat belts are now on, and emergency exit lights are armed. Packs are on. We'll do a packs off takeoff, and fuel pumps will come on when we do the before start flow. And that looks good. We have 701019er, and spoilers are retracted, flaps up, and engine start switches are off and norm. And we have throttle levers at idle. Good. Let's just get this last baggage loaded.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you. These include laptops, handbags, duty-free and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to board. Your seatbelt can now be fastened.
As we can see, we are parked here.
This is a no smoking service. Thank you.
on the end of the terminal, stand 76. So we will most likely taxi out via Delta, Victor and November. But we'll take full length Alpha 9 today. Full length 3600. And let's see what that gives us. Config 2, 0.1 up, flex 56, 166 times 3. Bags are over halfway done, good. For some reason, when I asked for boarding today, the gate started moving towards the aircraft, and then it just turned around, and now it says that it's in the boarding position, so I wasn't able to move it anymore. Other gates here at Gardermoen works fine, so don't know what it is with stand 76. Maybe things were in the wrong position, but looks good. So but now we could also do the welcome announcement. So we know we're gonna do config 2 up 0.1 56. Translation altitude 7000, that's fine. Looks like they are finishing up. Just a few more bags on the forward hold. Good, boarding complete. Oh, watch the cargo door. Very nice. So, our final numbers are a little bit lower.
Thank you, boarding is complete.
70.6. And they cut the ground power. Great. That's not good. Can we please get power back? So this actually happens sometimes. Either ground power goes out or someone does something stupid And if it's an accident, you would see a ground crew running around and scratching their heads, pressing buttons outside. Doesn't seem like... Okay, so they're coming with another GPU, but the APU is starting as well. So what do you do in situations like this in real life? Well, you just have to deal with it. Let the aircraft boot back up and have a look and see if any systems got reset. So we can see 7000 is remembered. We had battery power, so that shouldn't be a big deal. It's more of what will an add-on do in Microsoft Flight Sim. It remembers the flight plan and the basic initialization, so let's just finish inputting that. 70.6. And it's at 27.9. 70.6. 27.9. 10.4 is still valid, but now I am wondering, will this one come back? Aiders are back. Let's get APU bleed on. You can remove the GPU. Okay, so he's removing GPU, good. So, what do we do with this FMS? I think we'll just fly with one. For me, this feels more like an add-on issue. In real life, I would probably call the maintenance and we would check the MEL. But there is no reason this shouldn't come back on by itself. Unless there's a special Airbus trick I don't know about. Okay, but we have the route in one FMS and it's showing nicely on the screen. And we'll do
Cabin crew, please on your doors for
left.
Release parking brakes, please.
Beacon light goes on. Before start checklist, park brake will go off, take off speeds and thrusts. Yeah, we were doing that when we got
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good morning and a
166
very warm welcome to your flight
times
today.
3 and the
My
rest
name is
is
Norman. It's my
set.
pleasure to introduce the rest of the crew today. Working with the front,
Windows
we have
closed,
Tim
beacon
in
is
the
on,
center,
we
very
can
shortly
release
car,
park brake.
and a clear.
Commencing push.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for your comfort, but primarily for your safety. With that in mind, please, we do ask for the 2 minutes of your time whilst we take you through the safety procedures of this aircraft. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets and brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 2 emergency exits at the rear, 4 in the middle, and 2 at the front of the cabin. Floor lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board.
Everything looks good.
Your seatbelt is
Normal
fastened,
EGT.
adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Mask before helping others.
Starting
If we
one.
land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist. Click together and pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle. If it
And
fails
we
to
forgot fuel
inflate or
pumps.
needs topping up, blow into the tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray table must now be stowed, armrest down, window
Park
blinds
brake
open,
sets.
and seatbelt fastened. We wish you a pleasant flight.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Would most likely just keep her connected, but since GSX is doing the disconnect of the tow truck headset at the same time, and it takes a little bit of time here, we'll just do everything while number 1 starts up. But in real life, they would just disconnect the tow truck, stay connected with the headset, so we have ground communications while the last engine is starting. But everything looks good. Let's not forget the transponder. Love this new style of Airbus radios.
Disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
So we've turned the APU off. ORBX max. Arm spoilers. Flaps 2. Weather radar with predicted wind shear warning. And off-start checklist. Anti-ice not required. ECAM status is checked. Pitch trim was up 0.1, that's set. And rudder trim is neutral. Complete. And taxi checks. So let's do them while we're stationary. Flight controls. We will do a full flight controls check. Full right. Neutral. Left. Neutral. Full up. Neutral. And full down. Neutral. Rudder. Let's see. Full right, neutral, and full left, neutral, with the nose. Steering goes back on. Flap setting, config 2, radar predictive wind shear is on, and engine mode selector goes back to normal. And ECAM memo will do on the roll. Park brake off and taxi light on. So let's go straight ahead here on Delta, then left turn Victor. Slow down, 10 knots in the turn. Cabin is ready. Takeoff test normal. Takeoff landing no blue. Taxi checklist complete. Next is right turn on November. And we'll follow that all the way up to Alpha 9. Let's have a look. So we had just a 2-minute delay. At least in my company, within 2 minutes, that's reckoned as on time. When you go over that, we have to put a reason for it. But with having power loss from the GPU and calling maintenance to check on the FMS, that's totally within limits. Is that an EasyJet coming in? Looks like it. So on the western side of the airport here you have the GA apron, and there's where the business jet parks and some mail aircraft, along with Gardermoen Flying Club. And they also have a flight museum there, where you can go and have a look at old aircraft, and I think they have a bit of historic aircraft or memorabilia from Scandinavian Airlines as well. So coming up on Alpha 9 to our left, let's slow down. Viking 1536. Line up and wait, runway 19 right. So let's get the lights on. Strobe. Let's call them. Cleared right. Cleared left. Lineup checks. Runway 19 right. Heading 190. And runways confirmed. TCAS is TARA. Packs 1 and 2 goes off. And let's remember to turn them on again as well. Lineup checklist complete. Viking 1536, clear takeoff 19 right. Good. Spool up the engines. Man flex. SRS runway auto thrust blue. $80 knots. V1 rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Nav. Thrust climb. Flaps 1. Flap 0. Autopilot engaged. Taxi light comes off and ground spoilers disarmed. And of course the packs. Much easier in a 2 crew. We're closing in on 7,000. Let's go. Managed climb 170. First climb. 170 magenta. Oh, sorry. 170 blue. Not magenta, no. We have a flight level, passing transition, standard, passing 70. That's cross-checked. Increase the range, and a very normal thing here now would be to get a more direct. So let's do direct to Vippa. Gives us a nice left turn down towards Oslo city center. Beautiful. Some morning clouds are lifting now that the day is getting warmer. coming up on flight level 100, lights go off and it's nice and calm, so we'll do seat signs off. So down here is Oslo with cruise ships and ferries to Germany, the Opera House. Yeah, there's the Opera House. I will just continue down along the Oslo Fjord towards Denmark. We'll go straight down over Aalborg and into Germany. And first let's contact Polaris and they will clear us to 350. Flight level 350 is set. And blue. Good, no checklists for the climb. Next is approach. Let's just double check everything is as it should be on the top panel. Everything looks good here. We have one FMS not responding. Fine. I'll have a quick search to see if that's a bug. But the aircraft is operating fine and it should climb to 350 and follow the route down through Europe. So I'll see you when we have something more to do, most likely closer to top of descent. So here we are, getting close to top of descent. Beautiful cruise above Europe today. Lovely weather all the way down. Crossing over the western parts of the Alps was very, very nice. And this is one of the things I love about modern flight simulators. The ability we have to sit at home, fly high quality aircraft around a high quality representation of Earth with all its terrain, weather, and just see different places that would cost a lot of money and time to go to. Just dream of how it would be to walk, drive, or maybe fly a small GA aircraft through some of the valleys and over fields. It's just cool. So we don't have long before it wants us to go down 26 miles. Let's bring up the menu here and ask for weather. I don't think we will get an ATIS, but we can try for a METAR. Let's see. Actually, we got an ATIS. Bravo. 24 left. ILS Zulu. We'll do Yankee. No matter. 230 at 10, variable between 200 and 260, 10 kilometers visibility or more. View 3033 degrees and 1015. No SIG, transition level 70. So, weather. Let's go to the init page. No. Next phase. And 101. 33 degrees, and my memory is like a goldfish sometimes. 70 transition. I will do full, and let's see, Navigraph maps. Mallorca approach. ILS Yankee is category C 239. 239 on the barrel. All good. $13 miles, and let's say we're all alone over the ocean today. They're clearing us when ready down to 120. We can just start now. So this looks good. $134. Let's double check our landing calculations. We have 24 left. Full config, that checks out. Calculate. 139. Yep, same. And if we use low, we'll use 2,300 meters. And if I remember correctly, this runway is over 3,000. Let's have a look. It's actually 3,000 on the spot, on the meter. So we'll land, and depending, we can start using manual brakes as well. We'll probably do Sierra 2, Sierra 1 if it's no big deal and we don't heat the brakes too much. The aircraft is scheduled to go straight back north, so we shouldn't heat the brakes too much if we can avoid it, at least with those temperatures on the ground. And Mallorca is shown here in the distance with the mountain range on the northwest coast. So we'll come in and the airport is just behind the mountains on the southwest side. Very good. So I'll just let the aircraft continue down for a while and see you closer to Mallorca.
Gentlemen, what will be landing? Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be stowed, armrest down, and window blind open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, or magazines that you do not want to take with you. The toilets are no longer in service.
So the cabin's getting ready. They've just done their announcement. I put the altitude down to flight level 9R0 and seat signs are on. We'll just do a quick little final recap here. On the approach, ILS, let's see, Yankee. So we're auto-tuning 1093-236 on the approach course, coming in at Charlie Delta Papa VUR, flight level 90. Bavom is 4005, Obumu to 4, that's the platform. And from there we'll follow the glide slope down, standard 3-degree glide slope to a minima at C 239. No big issue today. The MSA in our sector coming in is 7,000 feet. If we have to go around, we will follow the standard missed approach, climb on a runway heading to 420 feet, left turn, not before 1.1 miles from IPAL localizer DME, max 185 knots, onto 182 to intercept and follow 212 from the NDB, climb to 3,000 feet and contact ATC. So we have 3,000 MSA in the missed approach sector. Coming in on a flight level 9R0, clear us down to 6,000 feet. And let me remind myself again, what was the QNH? 1015. 1015 is set passing 96. That's cross-checked. We're below 10,000. Get the landing lights on. So the airport is over here in this area. In real life, I guess we would see it a long time ago and just call contact. I know different companies have different procedures, SOPs around the minimas, and if you're flying visual or just following a procedure visually. In my company, we would just say contact, and any minima callouts would then be disregarded from here on in because there is no visibility or cloud issues. But a lot of companies, they will call the minimas, even call the side, even if it's fully visual. So I'll follow my SOP since that's what I'm used to. But different companies, different SOPs. Next, we'll just say we are cleared all the way down to 2,500. And that we're cleared for the approach. So since we've set the QNH, we can do the approach checklist. Bar ref 1015 set. Seatbelts on, minima are 239 set. Auto brake, forgot about that. Let's do low. And engine mode selector is normal. Checklist complete. Struggling to get below 250. Let's help it a little bit with the speed brakes. We can arm the landing system as well. So we'll see here we have 25 miles left on the localizer. Just below glide slope, that's excellent. And a little stutter, okay. And the wind changed completely, but that's fine, it's still very low. I guess it's loading the airport now. And the airport scenery today is from Flightsim.to. Don't think we'll need speed brakes anymore, so we'll arm it for the landing. Inbound turn, arm the approach. Lock star. You can see now it's just following a very nice, slow 500 feet per minute descent. So it's gonna catch up to the glide slope from below. And there we are, glide slope star, speed. Airport is in sight. And from now on, we're in approach mode. Very good. We can start flaps 1. If you are as unfamiliar with Airbus as me, you have the flap speeds here and the landing gear extension.
For landing, please.
So we can do flaps 2 from 215. That's the 2 yellow-orange markers on the speed tape. we'll help it with gear down. Flaps 2.
2,500.
That's radio height, passing 2,600. Flaps 3 from 195. Flaps 3. If it's gusty conditions, just pay attention and maybe wait a little bit. So no cabin clear. I didn't get that on another sector with FSLabs either, so I'm not sure if we can do a call or something. Anyway, let's focus on the landing instead. Flaps full. The landing checklist is just ECAM memo, landing no blue. Well, we have the cabin blue, but again, we're not gonna focus on that. Flaps is full, checklist complete. Let's focus on landing. And let's say cleared to land, taxi light goes on. Autopilot disengaged. And we'll let the auto throttle do the work managing speed for us. Very light crosswind from the left, changing a little bit. Looks very dry at Madeira now. The ortho is from, what's it called again? From MSFS map enhancement. So it's just streaming the latest Bing maps to update the scenery. I find it works very nice. Well, that's a big shift, and even the wind changed a little bit. Didn't have any landing stutters trying to go in here earlier, so... Okay, we are visual. Let's just focus on the runway and the pappies.
500.
Slightly right of centerline, correcting.
400.
Land.
Hundred above. Minimum.
Continue.
$50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10, retard. 5.
Roll out, brake slow and reverse green. We'll take 02. $60 knots. Manual brakes. Very nice. So we're gonna take a right turn here into, I think it's Kilo. Or is it just... no, it's just south. Okay. And from south, we're taxiing down, left turn, the Juliet link. Let's clean up. Flaps goes up. Spoilers are disarmed. Landing lights come off and strobes come off.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off.
Bit high on speed.
Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls or internet access may now be used. Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat and in the overhead lockers. Do take care when opening the lockers in case anything falls out. Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area. On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you today.
The plan now was to park at 22, I think. So we'll taxi over here to Foxtrot and then follow, looks like it's Lima Foxtrot. Over to 22. Here it is, link 2 into Foxtrot. Pretty good scenery for freeware. I did have some issues with the jet bridges here. So let's see. Running GSX, you're supposed to disable world jet bridges or gates, but it was already disabled. So we'll see what happens now. There's 23 and 22 is in here. Taxi light comes off, and I forgot the APU. A little bit far, but that's okay. And park brake goes on. We'll release the passengers. Let's see, I guess GSX won't allow anything. I don't know what they do on these aircraft down here, but for me it's the usual thing is coming into a gate and they're ready with the GPU. Connect the power, but I guess different aircraft has different ways of doing things. So I should have started the APU earlier. There, that's a click. APU is available and it's online. So we can shut down 1 and 2. Spinning down nicely. So we'll turn off the beacon.
Captain Crew, thank you very much for your hard work today. Your doors are clear to open.
So let's see.
Reporting requested.
If GSX wakes up, here comes the bridge. So let's have a look in the tech log, if anything happened today. Nothing new, this was here before we started. And the flight hasn't updated yet, let's see. There, the door is open, that should update the tech log. So here we are, 3 hours and 8 minutes. As you can see, when I
Ladies and
did this
gentlemen,
last
your
time it
portable
was
electronic devices
a
must
little bit
not be
longer,
used until you are
a
inside the
bit more
airport.
headwind.
When disembarking,
Or
please take
actually
care
I had a
and hold
go-around
onto
on
the
that as well.
handrails while walking down
I
the
got
stairs.
high on the
Please
glide
ensure
slope.
that you supervise your children, and for your own
3
safety,
tons
do
remaining,
not walk underneath the wing.
and we'll go into the AOC menu. Landing pilot was me. So we had block on of 12:17. Open the doors at 12:22. 3:25 block time. Yep, that seems reasonable. So let's send this to the company. And we had -325 landing rate, 1.7G. Firm but fair landing, I think. At least for our aircraft I'm not used to. So all that remains is just welcome everyone to Mallorca Airport, where it's a nice 33 degrees. As you can see, the beach is waiting for you. So I hope you have a nice day. If you like this content, please subscribe to my channel and press the like button. If you have any suggestions for aircraft and routes, please leave a comment below. I really appreciate it and try to answer everyone. With that, wish you a nice day. Bye bye.